Very interesting machining here. We are going to be checking out a ForeverSteel knife. And this one is the Athron, right? Very interesting name, M390 steel with TC4 handle, made by ForeverSteel in 2023. Then we got some writing there in Japanese, which means subscribe to Miguel EDC. There you go. So that being said, let's go ahead and unscrew the cap. All right, this is pretty epic, you guys. If all the knives came on this unboxing experience, I don't know what I would do, but this is definitely a keeper as far as the unboxing casing goes. And guess what? It actually unscrews from both sides, so I was just curious there. But we only need the one side, and then let's just go ahead and check out the knife in here, shall we? Check it out on the inside. That was a whole party trick of its own, but the knife now, this is something else. So it is encased on the sort of like foam that goes around it. Here we go, right? What are we looking at? And maybe I put an R where I shouldn't, but the Athron, not the Arthron, but Athron is the name on this one. Again, A-T-H-R-O-N. And I kind of picture this one being a tad bit bigger, right? I don't know why. It's kind of giving me sort of medium knife vibes. But I've seen this one feature a few times before in other channels, and it sort of gave me bigger knife vibes. But what really stands out, and I really can't believe this is a knife really, is so much line and design language going all throughout. I mean, for starters, it's going to be on, obviously, titanium. Let's get the magnet of truth out here to see. Yes, that is indeed the case. I'm loving the whole anodized blue pops of colors throughout. That also looks nice. And then we have, you know, holes that are see-through, right? Like this lanyard hole back here, but then we have two other holes that are part of triangles, I guess, and more lines and more design language. And the blade, I mean, are we calling this a harpoon? The blade is pretty epic. We're going to get to that in a moment. The pivot looks really sweet. Check that out. It's going to be a T8, but it's got this very futuristic looking, almost Mercedes sign looking thing. So that's nice. Same thing on the other side. It is going to be a frame lock, and we have a pocket clip here with a little bit of a paw sign. That's interesting. Again, ForeverSteel, they actually know how to make epic knives, without a doubt. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get this thing deployed here. I'm going thumb stud. Hold on. What's the password? Okay, so that was thumb stud. I'm trying to open it. Let's go front flipper again. Ooh, that pinched the crap out of me. So I'm not gonna lie, the whole thumb deployment here, the thumb stud looks very artistic, but it's not necessarily the most comfortable of thumb studs. And also there's so much resistance from the detent that pretty hard, right, to actually deploy, maybe if it breaks over time. But check out the detent here, right? Pretty intense. I would think the same for a reverse flick. There we go. So I kind of was able to, there we go, do a reverse flick off of the meat of the middle finger, trying the front flipper. There we go. That is where it's at with this guy. A little bit of jimping, not crazy jimping, but as long as you position your thumb right, bam, front flipper is where it's at with this knife. Pretty drop shotty too. But let's take a look at this blade. What is going on here? I mean, for starters, right, because I know some people are going to be typing this in the comments. You know, how are you going to use this knife in a real scenario? Blah, blah, blah. Why do you need this and that? Like, you know, let me just address the elephant in the room, right? This is not going to take a stab at beating or becoming the next utilitarian knife or anything like that, right? This is designed this way for a reason. Right? It's more of an artistic piece, as are most ForeverSteel knives to begin with. So it's more of a collector's item than anything. So if the design really speaks to you, and again, you know, you have the means, then obviously you could add this to your collection, but it's not meant to be a massively adopted knife that obviously is going to speak to everybody under the sun. But you know who you are, right? If you have the means and the design speaks to you, and you have a knife collection you are building, then you know something like this may make a lot of sense to add to. Just the unique and wild factor here is through the roof. So to break it down a little bit, right? We got a hollow ground on this portion here. That's a pretty aggressive hollow ground because the blade does get pretty thick. So it's going to be interesting to see how this guy would slice. Because again, it's not like there's so much blade, but the edge and everything is happening down here, getting pretty thick. And then we have a flat grind towards the front. So a little bit of a compound ground here, hollow and flat towards the front. That's looking interesting. And we have this little harpoon looking section with a very pointy, right, harpoon there. We got a fuller and then a hole. All right, got so much going on there in the front. This other fuller here, wait a second, this is the fuller. that is the opening hole, or that is a hole. I'm not sure if I can open using the hole. Wait a second. Look at that. This whole time I'm fighting with the thumb studs, whereas reverse flick here is a piece of cake. Check that out. Can I thumb deploy? I can. Crazy enough, I can deploy that way. I can deploy off of the fuller, but if I put my thumb here on the hole, again, it's not ideal. It's very slippery, but it could happen. But definitely Spidey flick right here. Bam. That is absolutely where it's at. But the rest of the handle, you'll be surprised. It's actually very pretty ergonomically friendly, right? I'm going to give it a good 8.5 out of 10. As crazy and wild as it looks, it actually works pretty well on the hand. This is your standard grip. I can forward choke on it a tad bit here. Very minimal finger choil, if anything. So check that out. It says ForeverSteel. And then we said that the steel on this one is M390. And then it says Athron or Athron FS09B. Well, the other thing that really calls my attention is the backspacer here. This is a pretty epic backspacer. Check this out. It goes all the way, almost the total length of the handle, like to the very front. It's got some shine to it, like a polish to it. Kind of looks like the back spine of some alien creature, if you would. So that's looking pretty epic. And it's got the designer, right, little X mark here with the circles in the back. Now, it being a frame lock and all, right, we don't have a ton of access to the lock bar from the show side, but it's nice and spaced out, right? Pretty easy to push down into the left and disengage that way. Oh man, check out the drop shot action. Like I said earlier, that is money right there. Oh, that's so good. I mean, these are, pretty well machined, right? Really nice quality. I mean, it'd be an almost technically a production piece that could very well pass as a custom knife. So don't see these sort of wild designs all that much in the production world, but would you believe this is a production knife that you can actually purchase? That is insane. We do have a steel insert for steel on steel contact. It's nice and interesting how you see the side of the nut that is holding that insert in. It's actually blue anodized, and we can see it from the other side as well. So all of this hardware is titanium, right? Same deal with the back spacer here. Pocket clip as well. Not reversible of a pocket clip, but you get the idea at this price point. Having a filler tab there would have probably not looked so good with the design, so they made an executive decision. I'm sure they maybe have a lefty version out there, but we do have some writing in here. I'm gonna get my woven X0 here, right, to shine some light in there to see what we're looking at. It looks like a Decklinks design, right? That's what we're looking at. Decklinks design. And even the pocket clip, I saw some writing on the pocket clip as well. We'll check out in a second. There's a tiny ForeverSteel little Easter egg in the inside of the backspacer. Tiny little bit of detail, 3 holes, right, on the backspacer right here towards the front. They didn't need to do that, but again, just adding more and more detail throughout. And the pocket clip just has the website right down here embossed in as well. So I mean, to say that this knife is wild and epic will be a massive understatement. Now I've got to do a rapid fire cutting test on this one because again, I'm mostly interested in seeing how this one works, given that it gets pretty thick right away. So quick piece of paper here. We're gonna do a nail test. Yeah, that feels nice. So, oh yeah, cutting to the paper there, no issues. Even going from the hollow to the flat grind, which is a little bit of a thicker area, the whole transition there, right, no issues. So something like paper, yeah, it's gonna cut that, no issues. And as far as cardboard goes, I got a single wall piece of cardboard cutting diagonally here for better performance. It's gonna look something like this. Listen, my concern was, hey, it's getting too thick, it might struggle. The answer is no. It actually cuts pretty good. If anything, I'll tell you where it actually may have a little bit of resistance or struggle, if anything, is going from the hollow to the thicker portion. Making the transition is not an issue when cutting paper, right? But it does show, or I can feel it a tad bit when cutting cardboard. But, right, in case you're wondering, does it cut material? The answer is yes. It's still a knife, even though it's, high-end and, collector's piece. It should still perform like a knife, and the answer is yes, it does.